Hi, it's Rob from the Bob Sphere, and we've got another Booker review. Whoop, whoop. So, we've got The Promise by Damon Galgut, and I loved it. It's out of the Booker novels I've read, this is the highlight. It's at number one. I mean, obviously, we're still in the early stages, so it can change. Doesn't matter. Okay, this is quite a rich novel, but let's jump back. I read Damon Galgut's previous books, The Good Doctor, which is almost like a Roald Dahl story, and The Imposter, which is just as sinister. But this one's different. The writing's more elegant. It breaks the fourth wall. The narrator breaks the fourth wall. There are diversions, but it's not unreadable. It's amazing. So there's a lot going on here, and I have to try to organize my thoughts. Again, I can't do a funny video. Well, the only thing I could say is that I read one comment where it said it's not 4 weddings and a funeral, it's just 4 funerals and a Parthiad. Take that as you want. Okay, so, yeah, I'm thinking. Okay, the book is divided into 4 parts. It's a family saga. So the family is called the Swarts, and there are 5 principal members. There are others, like the aunts and uncles. And the book opens with the mother of this family dying of sickness. Now, this is in South Africa. This is in the 80s. Apartheid is still here. This rich white family actually do have a helper called let me see, it's in the back here. Salom. Yeah, Salom. Who have a helper called Salom, and there's her family as well. Excuse me. So those are black. So this is apartheid. So there is a distinction between white and black South Africans, and we can see this. There's the attitudes they treat. Just because they have a different skin color, they're treated like dirt. They're rude. The Swarts are rude to them, and this is the general attitude. Anyway, the mother has died, and the daughter, the youngest one, Amor, anyway, promises that the helper will inherit a cottage that's on this rich person's farm. And is this promise that links the 4 parts in this book. Each part has a structure. A family member dies, the legacy is discussed, and Amor tries to tell them to let the Salom's family have this house, and it gets rejected. And this happens 4 times, until the very end. Just wait. Okay, so each death also has a funeral, and each member is of a different religion. Some are Catholic, one is Jewish, I don't remember the other ones. One has a cremated funeral because he doesn't believe. And yeah, exactly. And the father has a normal funeral, Catholic. I think a Catholic, or no, it could be a Protestant. I'm mixing up. But anyway, the funeral rites are all different in every single case, which goes to talk about the different types of religions that were in South Africa at the time. Now, as well, each part jumps 10 years. So we've got 1985, 1994, 2004, and 2014, and a little bit later. In fact, by the end of the book, Amor is a 43-year-old girl, 44. Okay, so I'm trying to organize my thoughts because, like I said, there's a lot going on. So we've got these 4 parts. They're all linked together by a promise. Each part is a different section of South African history. And it's all about attitudes. This, how it changes, because obviously as we jump 10 years, attitudes change. Until the very end of the book, when Salom's family finally, since the last person dies in this family, that's not Amor. So the whole family dies, Amor is the only one remaining. Gives the house to Salom. And then we find out that they don't want it because it is seen as a white savior. This is an example of how politics have changed. So in the beginning of the book, the white person rules, and the black and the South Africans were below them. And then as apartheid is finished, dissolves, there's the rise, and the white person keeps on going down, down, and down. And this is seen as last bit, because finally, through all the suffering, Salom's family can speak their mind, and they do. They tell Amor what they honestly think of this house. Amor thinks that she's doing something great by promising this rundown cottage to a family, and the family just they say no, we don't want garbage like that. We think do you honestly think your trash is something we can live in? You think you're saving us? So it shows Damon Galgut is showing the balance of power and how it changes, which is good. This is also kind of a rise and fall. The family start out rich, but as the last part, they go down financially as well. Again, this is to show the changes in social classes that are happening. Now, I don't know if it's still like this. Obviously, I don't know that much about South African history. I'm only relying on Damon Galgut, who's a white person as well, to my knowledge. So it also discusses other things like the modernization of South Africa, the fact that people now can travel to different areas. In fact, one part of the book takes place in England, just a little bit though. And then there's the use of mobile phones, construction. So it's about the whole development of a country that's entwined with the personal history of a family. And I've always believed that personal history and a country's history are entwined. They mirror each other. So the Swartz family, that's the surname, the Swartz family have a very turbulent history with life-altering changes. South Africa, at least according to this book, has also had a turbulent history with changes that, life-altering changes as well. Stylistically, it's really good. The narrator sometimes breaks the fourth wall and he interjects and gives a little opinion now and then. I really like that. And then there's one bit which I thought was absolute genius. In the third part, it focuses on a homeless man called Bob. And it goes through the way people treat him. And I really like the way that, again, it shows attitudes in this post-apartheid society. But then Bob returns in the final bit of the third part, and he makes an observation which kind of really, it strikes home. And I was saying, yeah, that is really, really good. This is when I admire an author, when they do these sort of things, because they're breaking the rules, and they're taking a fresh take. I mean, if you boil it down, this is a family saga, but it's a family saga that goes into many different territories, and it's really deep. It's like I've said many times. Now I said about 3 times. This is a multi-layered book. Okay, have you read it? What do you think about it? Do you think this will win the Booker? Because at this point, I think so. Tell me. Comment, like, subscribe, etc., etc. Bye till the next book.